Hey, what's up? I'm Liz, the Split State DIY, and in my last video, I talked about how I set up OMV on a Raspberry Pi to create a network-attached storage location so that I could send my PCs back up there so that it wouldn't have to have a drive connected to my computer all the time. So in this video, I'm going to discuss the hardware side of things and how I went from just having a Pi hanging out on my kitchen table next to my router to this compact setup. So first off, the specific Pi that I'm using is one of the newer ones, the Pi 3B Plus board, and that's for two reasons, both Ethernet related. One, it has an ever so slightly faster Ethernet speed, which is important because all the communication is taking place via Ethernet. And two, it supports power over Ethernet. You could have always used the external power over Ethernet option with a cable setup, but the Pi 3B Plus specifically supports the Raspberry Pi Foundation's Power over Ethernet hat that fits nicely over the Pi and connects to a special header so that you're kind of using this really compact, nice, neat solution to use Power over Ethernet. And if you aren't aware of what Power over Ethernet is, I'll leave some links down in the description. Basically, the big draw for me is I don't have to have an extra power cable connected to my Pi through the USB. I can just be using the Ethernet cable as kind of like a one-stop shop. And on the theme of keeping things compact and organized, something that I just struggle with on a daily basis, I wanted to do kind of a 3D printed mount for the Raspberry Pi so that it could sit on my hard drive so that everything could kind of just be in this nice, neat little package and just kind of out of the way. So for the enclosure, rather than reinvent the wheel, I have a favorite Raspberry Pi case that I found on Thingiverse, and I wanted to use that since it fits the Pi so nicely and also has airflow on the bottom. Very nice. I wanted to just kind of attach these little hangers onto it so that it would be able to sit on top of my hard drive. So I brought that model into Fusion 360, remeshed it so then I could model directly on it, attached those little hangers after measuring the width of my hard drive, and then printed it out. And I'm sure you're looking at it like, oh, that's not going to print well at all, and you're so right. I had to use supports, of course, but since this was more of a utilitarian print, I wasn't that concerned. And I actually messed with the support so that it wasn't a ton of crunchy plastic that I was going to be recycling. I made it so that each support was 4 millimeters apart rather than the default 2 millimeter. So although risky in construction, it worked really well. So if you ever have a print like that, I highly recommend it. So with the case printed and the hat in hand, it was time to assemble everything. So first, I took off the really tall heatsink that I was rocking on the Pi, put a nice low profile heatsink that would work with the Power over Ethernet hat since it sits really close to the Pi. It also has a fan on top for cooling, so I thought with that heatsink and the fan, we're going to be seeing some nice temperatures maintained on the Pi's CPU. Now, another thing about the PoE hat, it has these standoffs that they really recommend that you use to keep it nice and secure onto the Pi, and that makes a lot of sense because that hat is literally what's supplying power to the Pi. If you get it loose or anything, it could cause a short, could cause just a lot of problems. So they include these standoffs to really secure it down. And the case that I used has these little plastic standoffs that were able to be threaded into the metal standoffs provided with the hat. So first I inserted the Pi into my case, attached those standoffs to the plastic, pushed the Ethernet's header onto the Raspberry Pi's GPIO and that special header for the Power over Ethernet connection, and then screwed on the included screws to finally secure the hat. And so far this has held really well, so yay for threading plastic. Now, it could have been all set at this point, could have just plugged it in where it had been and forgotten it, but I decided that I didn't want to have it sitting on my kitchen table / project table, because that wouldn't have been effective in the long term. So I decided that I wanted it over by my TV, which is, I could touch it from right here. And I have an Ethernet cable that actually runs around my apartment to the TV so that I can stream nice content without my Wi-Fi screaming in pain. But in order to have the OMV build on there, that meant I needed to install an Ethernet switch. So I did. I installed a 4-port switch that includes Power over Ethernet. You need to be careful. Not every switch is going to have that feature included. So basically, I'm taking the main feed that used to provide my streaming signal plug that in as the feed to the switch, and then I'm using patch cables to attach to my TV and now the OMV build as well. And this is great because usually before, if I was doing something with a single board computer or my Linux build over there, I would have to run an Ethernet cable across my apartment and it looked really messy, but now I can just plug into that switch and I'm golden. So some nice apartment networking took place with this project as well. So then after I redid my apartment's networking, I brought the lovely little hard drive Pi package over next to my TV, plugged in that patch cable to the Pi, which was now rocking the Power over Ethernet hat, held my breath, and it worked. Powered right up. I was able to log into it through SSH and the web portal. Everything was fine. My backup was still working. So overall, a fairly painless process. And that concluded phase 2 and the OMV setup for a Raspberry Pi. Overall, I'm really happy with how this is working out. It's compact, it works, it's been holding my backups. Yeah, can't complain. It was also really relatively cheap to set up. What's always kind of thrown me off from getting like an aftermarket NAS box or anything like that is the price. Like the hardware alone for like a decent one is usually like a couple hundred, and then that's not including the hard drive. So the fact that you can set something like this up with the Pi is pretty great. Granted, you're not going to get the speeds or maybe some of that guaranteed like cloud backup things that some of the services offer, but for my purposes, it works, and that's all I need, just need it to work. But that's going to do it for this video. If you'd like to toss me a thumbs up, leave a questions or comments down below. Down in the description, I'll have all the appropriate links for Power over Ethernet. I'll put the things for OMV down there again as well. And of course, the STL file for that Pi hanger that I created for my hard drive. And you could probably remix it to have your Pi hang on other things as well. Let's just have Pis hang off everything. Just Pis on Pis. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing for more content like this. And until next time, this has been Blitz City DIY.